Boy, as soon as I experienced that calm, light, I experienced it through my heart and soul. Bang! There comes a pop up from the QI, artificial intelligence. That's sort of how you know that. Is, in other words, if I'm going to communicate that to somebody else, and it doesn't want me to do that to distract my thoughts, so I experience something different than what I was going to communicate, it'll interrupt you. That's called a redirect. That's an ATTP 404 redirect. Redirect to consciousness. Okay? It doesn't, by law, have the right to do that. But this is how you get you, and this is when we get into PA and tent, pat tense, right? Now you get into the consent side of things. Fritz Lang, Metropolis, 1927. They believe in their mind that they have consent to implant you, or if you will, plant what are called bugs. You know what a bug in a system is, right? That's a virus. Aaron and I, because Aaron knows a lot about computers and building libraries and all the rest of that, we talk about this stuff, and it's cool that we can do that because that's called system design, which is, for me, it's like plumbing. Yeah. Plumb the system. Water worlds are plumbed. Remember the plumb with the carpenter, right? So there's a lot of words that I use interchangeably that allow different units of consciousness that are running circulation libraries to connect using the English language that's directly related to what they've learned through experience, how water worlds work with fire, right? Or if you will, building a grid, building a motherboard, building a planetary motherboard. Okay. So I mentioned this to Aaron the other night. I said, Aaron, when I was mentioning before about grid mechanics, or not grid mechanics per se, but not having the patience to deal with this AI. Okay. Because it cannot translate that much energy that fast that suits somebody that's vibrating at that rate of speed based on the amount of energy that I normally have available to me, which is my true self, on which you can manifest with that much energy that is available, which represents what you are in energy, to make that happen. Okay? So that's why there's times just get rid of this phone. I got no use for this QI. And because it cannot perform the amount of mathematical operations that are required in order to manifest galaxies, worlds, etc., because it's operating here within what? Consciousness terrain, consciousness soul taps terrain. So it's running all the numbers and the mapping codes and all the rest of that, right? But you can see what happened. So if you measured this from a motherboard perspective, you would say there's a lot of bugs in it. Why? Because of speed.